Welcome back to Enshrouded, everyone. Today I'm going to give you a full walkthrough of my tavern that I built as part of my Forest Village project. This is a new format of video for me. We did this entire build step by step on a live stream series. I will leave the link for that playlist in the description if you would like to binge the content. But a bunch of you have been asking for tours of my finished builds that we've done on live streams. So without further ado, sit back, get cozy, and let's do a full walkthrough of the tavern. So we start from down below. I have this pathway that goes from behind the waterfall and connects to my blacksmith hut and carpenter hut and everything. So that's how we access it. We have the mill house over there, and I will do a full walkthrough of the entire forest village once that's finished soon. But if we head up this way, you can see I've built a little route pathway here. And this is how we enter the tavern from above. So we can go into the tavern over there, and then I can also go this way, and this is where my water source is for the entire forest village. So I've kind of gone with the lore of it coming out of an underground cave below the tavern or something, like an underground lake. And we have our single water source right in there, a little bird bath over here, and I've just gone ahead and decked it out a little, done some nice landscaping with a little waterfall that comes over here, supplies the pond down there, and then goes down all the way to the farms and everything in that direction, as well as traveling above this aqueduct to power the water wheel and go to the farms over there and the barn that I have down there. So the entire forest village is powered and run by one water source, which was kind of a fun challenge. And then entering into the tavern here, I just have a little cozy hangout area to our right there, as well as the little desk and kiosk to the left, where you can just check in with the little villager. And that was kind of the goal for this tavern, was to be a full house for all of my villagers and NPCs who really didn't have a place to live. And so this has been treating them well, hopefully. Over here, we have the game room. So I've made some bowling alleys here, using the palmwood tables because they have kind of a shiny, waxy finish to them. And then I've used the weapon or the staff wall mounts, I think, for these little gutters on the sides. And then just used some little bottles for the pins and everything like that. So that was a really fun project. And then same thing over here, just an armor stand, and then use the little alchemist globe things as the bowling balls there. And then next to it, we have axe throwing / archery. So a little spot for that with some knives and weapons and things on the wall there for practice. And then going straight back this way, we have the tavern pub brewing area. The alchemist assistant was supposed to be right here, but it looks like she traveled elsewhere. But yeah, this is the fermenting brewing area with all of the barrels. I really like the hidden lighting that I did with the green and the blue. It is kind of glitched behind the barrel so that you can see the light, but you can't really see what it's coming from, and I think that was really cool. And then out here just kind of leads to nothingness. I was thinking eventually I'll put like a little grill or a little patio over here, but for now, that is the back side of the tavern, as you can see. And then if we head back inside, and then go up these stairs to the next level, you can see a bunch of my villagers really like being glitched underneath the stairs and having their heads kicked when you walk up. I don't know why they like that, but you know, Enshrouded claims to be fixing that for the 1.0 release, so we'll see. But this was a great stair design that a lot of the NPCs and villagers actually can use and not get stuck on top of for the most part. So that ended up working out really well. And it allows you to sort of go between rooms really easily or anywhere else. And we had a lot of fun just building this staircase on some of the live streams as well. So this is the second level. We have another little living room hangout area. And I also want to give a big credit to some of my friends and subscribers who came on to help me deck out the interior. We've had a bunch of fun times on the live streams doing clutter parties, as I call them, to have some people on, some of the members, and decorate the interiors of some of these spaces. So that has been a really fun time. You can see the treehouse up there, which I've got the full build video for as well. And another little deck over here for having your morning coffee or something. And then we have a full wraparound deck over here with lots of eating space and a gorgeous view of kind of the rest of the forest village, which is awesome. Wrapping around front, we have Valerie's place. So the stage and drum kit and all that fun stuff. Everyone got really creative with decking this space out. And then did a little bit of lighting up in there and a little backstage room here for Elio so that you can do your hairstyles and makeup and, you know, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do before going out on stage. So that was kind of fun. And then same thing, this just wraps all the way around this side for the deck. And then it goes into the massive kitchen and juice bar or potion bar over here. So we've got the bar, which is fun. I did this little wine rack here out of cutting boards, which I thought was kind of a neat touch over there. And similar thing, lots of creativity with using all kinds of things. The little ice buckets with some of the drinks in them. And then the huge kitchen over here, where we've got a big island and the feasts and pots and pans hanging and absolutely everything here. So done some little cabinet designs, a big stove here, and then we've got our sink, all kinds of shelves. Definitely turned out pretty nice. I'm happy with this kitchen. And then this is the deck on this side of the tavern. So this is definitely one of the larger builds that I have done in this game. This took me a long time to complete, especially doing the full mossy roof and all of the layout. It was definitely a really fun build to do. So then if we head up to the next level, this is where I have the inn for all of the villagers to stay. So this little section was kind of temporary storage for when I was building the tavern, where I'd kind of dump some interior decoration and things. So that corner is not quite finished yet, but we have sort of a little wraparound balcony here with a custom chandelier. And this is one of my favorite things that we sort of came up with on the streams, is using the midnight starlight block here at the top. And I think it adds a really cool effect, especially for the nighttime in the bedrooms up here, with a big custom chandelier there hanging in the middle. And then we've got just a nice little deck over here to overlook the forest out back. And then over here is the bathroom, the large shared bathroom among all the villagers here. So we got 2 sinks, we got a tub shower combo over here. We've got the vanity, and then a nice big closet for storing any items there. I did these angled walls here for the closet, and on the other side is the spa, or the sauna, I guess, so that they can have a little bowl of boiling water on the fire and get warm or something over there if they want to. And then coming up here to our right here, we have another little hangout area. Same thing over here, just for reading some books in the morning, little instrument stand, just making it super cozy. And back this way is the large kind of shared bedroom. We have these bunk beds, which the villagers actually do use, so you can walk between them. You can climb up the ladder onto them. The villagers do not climb ladders at the time of this video. Maybe they will in 1.0. All they do is they just teleport to the top bunks when they want to sleep. But I do have a full video as well for how to build these bunk beds on my channel, so feel free to check that out if you'd like as well. And then over here we have 2 queen or king beds with their own little private desks on both sides, and then a nice big window seat with some hanging plants. I thought this was a really cool thing to do, and I love hanging out here. Put the little bed, one of our cats is should be over there. And then we have some more beds in these little nooks. So it's like you get your own little private spaces while still having this big open room feel. And then I have this grapple hook up here, so you can kind of bump into the wall and then go onto this hanging bed that I did from the little chains here, which I thought was kind of cozy. So you can just take a little nap up in here. And yeah, I love the way this loft turned out. So same thing on this side, more of the bunk beds, and then we also have a loft. If I climb up here with a few of the little nest beds, and it kind of goes through so that you can overlook the balcony from this area as well. I love the way the rooms turned out in this tavern. It was really fun to kind of design all of them. And then if we head this way, this is the private dorm rooms. So for people that don't want to share a room, I guess they don't really get a choice because I kind of just assign all of the villagers and NPCs to their own beds. But these are the little private dorm rooms. Very simple, just little tiny nooks and crannies for them to sleep. And then we have 4 of them, so 2 in the front and then 2 in the back here. And these 2 back rooms, they connect in the very back with this little secret hallway with a ladder with a tiny little balcony here if they want to hang out and enjoy, again, a little morning coffee or something. I had a little extra space back here, so I was like, huh, what could I do with the space? And that was what I came up with for that little area. And it just kind of connects both of those. And then underneath it, we have, again, a very cozy little hangout area down here. So yeah, that is the interior of this tavern, which was a ton of fun to do. I'll kind of show you a little bit of a walk around of the exterior as well, but it really turned out great. The mossy roof definitely took quite a bit of time, but I love doing terrain roofs in this game. It just allows me to do a fully custom shape for the roofs. You can see how I've got those big pointy roofs there, and then all of the dormers that stick out. So I think it turned out amazing. I am super happy with it. And a few little final touches, you know, it's always hard to call a build finished, but I'm pretty happy with where it's at. And I figured it was time to do a full tour of where we got so far with this build. So not super long of video, but hopefully gives you a little bit of inspiration. And if you didn't tune into some of the live streams, then there you go. And if you'd like to explore this world in a lot more detail and walk through all of the rest of my builds, then I do have the files available for my bronze members on Patreon or YouTube. You can just connect that with Discord, and then the files will be in there for you to download and explore for yourself. So with that said, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Cheers.